Hello traders and welcome back to the market opening a preview on a Friday, October 16th, 2015. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya. Sorry about that. That was my newsfeed. Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches. Yes, it will be Friday afternoon at the gazebo. I think I'm going to take the afternoon off trading today. I don't know. The markets are pretty crazy, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. All right, let's get started. Yeah, I got sort of a lot to talk about today, but hopefully get this done reasonably quick. I'm sure you don't want to be listening to me on a Friday. So my name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, remember I record this during the Asia session. So if you look at your charts and it's past the Asia session, you understand why your charts are not matching my charts. So I started trading in 2006. In 2008, I retired from a wonderful career out of the Fire Rescue Department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand on a 3-month holiday. Well, it's 8 years later, and I'm still in Thailand and absolutely loving it. I love being in Asia, and of course, the time zone to trade Forex is awesome because I can basically trade all 3 trading sessions and still get a good night's rest. Traders, I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to win the majority of the time in my trades. And when I say the majority of the time, I'm looking at, I usually win about 6 out of 10 trades. That's my average. I really want to get, I used to be at 7.6. I'm just not up there anymore. With this market is really hard in the last year. So, you know, we had the Greece thing, now we got the China thing, now we got the Fed thing. So a lot of stuff's been going on. But, you know, that's what it is. I look at technicals a lot. I'm a technical trader. I love looking at charts and price action and candlestick patterns and support resistance, Fibonacci's, pivot points. You know, I just look at everything I possibly can to make, you know, my trade a winning trade. And you know what? If I lose it, my money management is very secure, and it's just like wiping dust off my desk. It doesn't bother me. I don't lose no sleep. When I take a trade, I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat biting my fingernails. You know what? It's just a trade. It's either going to work or it's not. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get over to the risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the economic calendar first today. We had some data come out. Well, actually, it was 4:45 Thailand time in the morning, so I was not on my charts. But New Zealand had CPI quarter on quarter, and it came out positive. It came out 0.3. They were expecting 0.2. Also today, we have in the European session, just about a half hour before the European session, we have Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda speaking. That could either move the markets or it could be a dud, but it's here is high impact, believe it or not. And then the rest of London is pretty quiet, all low impact. We have one other medium impact, which is final CPI year on year. In the U.S. session, out of Canada, we have manufacturing sales month on month and foreign security purchases, which is medium impact. In the U.S. session, the only high impact we have is prelim UOM consumer sentiment. Low impact is JOLTS job openings. That's a new data that's come out like in the last 6 months. And we have industrial production month on month, which is a medium impact. All right, let's take a look how the indices closed. I took a peek before and looked like New York session on Wall Street closed in the green. The Dow 30 was up 1.23%. The S&P 500 was up 1.49%. The NASDAQ was up 1.82%. The small cap 2000 was up 2.48%. Is that not beautiful or what? Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go over to the Eurozone. And the DAX was up 1.50%. The FTSE 100 was up 1.10%. The CAC 40 was up 1.44%. The Eurostock 50 was up 1.48%. Trades, let's come on over to Asia. Now remember that these countries are currently trading as these markets are open. The Nikkei 225 out of Tokyo is up 1.58%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 0.93%. The China A50 out of Shanghai is up 0.70%. The Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is up 0.85%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is in the green at 0.04%. Just barely. Hang on there, buddy. All right. So that's what's going on with that. I have to tell you that this was not an easy trading week. It was very challenging. There was some really big swings in the markets, really difficult. I took very few trades this week. I'm very cautious in my trading. I don't just jump into trades because there's a big green candle, and I don't chase price. I want price to come to me. Very rarely will you see me get into a trade that I don't put an order in first. And that's a control thing for me. This stops me from jumping into trades without making sure my trade plan, my money management is correct. And it's so important. We went from, 100 pips to 200 pips on the pound. On the Aussie went up, almost 200 pips. I'll show you these charts. And it's just very difficult when you have this bad data that came out of the States. So I'm assuming they had good data come out in New York, and that's why we're all in the green and the dollar is strong again. I do not have a dollar index chart showing at this time. It's too early in the morning. I haven't gotten that far yet. I barely got a cup of coffee in me so far. So, we have to trade what's in front of us. Now, I always go to the higher time frame. I love the daily and the 4 hour. On my live trading platform, I use the 4 hour a lot. All the trading platforms have Ikimoku. I use the Ikimoku a lot. It's a great support and resistance indicator. If you don't understand anything about Ikimoku, just understand the cloud. The cloud is a priority. The cloud is either going to be support or it's going to be resistance, and it's just so important. So that might be something for you to work on the weekend, is learning about Ikimoku. Just go to YouTube and put in the search Forex Ikimoku trading, and you'll be amazed at what you'll find. All right, that's enough about me. We're at 7 minutes already. I can't believe it. Let's get over to the euro dollar. Yes, we changed our charts. I think they're a little bit brighter, a little bit better. So this is euro dollar. Remember, there's 30-minute time duration. So each candle is 30 minutes in duration. This has come up. We've seen some dollar, popped up, and now we had the news. Now it's come back down in the New York session. So sort of liking this. I just like to see a pullback. We're at support right now. We need to pull back to the 38.2 at 1383, and we'll sell it back down to 1355. Folks, it's only a 37 pip trade, 36 pip trade, but that's okay. If it continues down, just trail it down. That's fine. You don't have to get out at 1355, right? What if it goes up to the 200 before it gives you a signal to get in the trade? That's fine. Let it go up to the 200. What if it goes up to the daily pivot point? Sit on your hands and wait, and you can do that. But as far as I'm concerned, this is still bearish, and I'm just looking for sell trades on the euro dollar. Let's head over to the pound dollar. This pair has been, had this big up move, of 200 pips, and now it's been sideways. It had a little bit of movement yesterday, but basically this is in a sideways range action here. So what do I want to see? I want to see this daily pivot point broken, retested, and then I want to enter this at 54.39. After that point, I want to take it out at the S2 pivot and also the 200 EMA at 53.62. So, this just needs to show us some price action. Folks, this can turn around and continue to the upside. It would not surprise me at all. And then you would just have to reassess how you want to trade it and do it. It's just one of these pairs this week that's just been all over the place. I'm not bullish on the pound, folks. I got to be honest with you. I'd rather buy the dollar than the pound at this point. All right, let's head over to the Aussie dollar, another pair that this is in a range. Now, it's not a big range, but you can see it's sideways price action. We had some movement. We have the big red candle. That was from data. And, but this is in a range. So what I want to see here is I want to see a close below this 200 exponential moving average. That's going to give us 2 points. 1 point that it's going to prove that this pair is serious about continuing the downtrend. This pair is in a downtrend, folks. If If you look at a daily chart, this is not, now bullish. This is still in a downtrend. It's, I said before, I thought it was back in an uptrend, and, it keeps proving me wrong. So I'm still bullish, and like I said, I'd rather buy the dollar than the Aussie. And the other thing you have to be careful with, this is a commodity pair. So when news comes out from other areas like China, Japan, oil, anything, that has to do with commodities, the Aussie dollar is going to react to it. So you have to be careful with these trades with the Aussie and make sure you're in it. I said yesterday that you should have a dollar index chart somewhere on in your trading desk. If you're only with one monitor, you can shrink it down, but pop it up every so often and see where that dollar index is. I really think you need a minimum of 2 screens, though, traders, to trade. Okay? All right. Let us take a look at the Euro Aussie. This continues to be in a bearish trend. I like this pullback. This just to me is a pullback of the swing. It's going to basically come up to the 50% level at that daily pivot point. Let it touch the daily pivot point. It's pretty close. We're really at our entry spot right here at 1.5557. We'll take it down to 1.5438. This is a nice trade here. This is over 60 pip trade here if it works. So this probably is a London Open trade. I don't think we're going to be able to get in this before that. In fact, I don't think any of the trades we should be getting into before that, even the ones that are on our price action. We're coming into the inactive zone of Asia, and there's no more data in Asia. The Asia data is finished, and there's been really no reaction. So, we're looking, I looked 2 hours before the London Open, and we can jump in this thing. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. Euro Yen, wow, it finally broke out of that range after 3 or 4 days, and absolutely tanked to the downside after data. Okay, this was U.S. data that just absolutely took it to the downside. It fibbed back up. What did it go? 6 candles, right? 1, 2, 3, 5 candles, and then continued the downside. Our great friend Steve Nissen, the candlestick guru, always says candlesticks will change color between 6 and 11 candles. And you'll see a change of color on your candlesticks. So here we go. Nice down move. Now it's taking it to the upside, which is really nice to see. And we're heading for that pivot, and I like it. But it's at resistance right now, folks, if you look left of the chart. But we'd love to enter this like 135.51. So I need this to pop up there a notch and give us our sell trade with a bearish candlestick formation, with confirmation, whether it's from a lower time frame, a higher time frame, a retest, however you want to get your confirmation. You need confirmation that this is truly going back to the downside. Again, this has been a crazy week, and this thing can go all the way back up to the 200 exponential moving average. So we have to make sure that our trades are stable, okay? And our entries are spot on. Entries are the magic this week. If you're not going to be able to speed your computer, throw in a pending order and just let it take you out in an order and put an intelligent stop there, okay? All right, here's a New Zealand dollar. This is one that's absolutely, been on the up move. No, I'm not. I don't think the New Zealand dollar is bullish, okay? There's nothing in the New Zealand dollar that's bullish. Okay, this is all about the dollar. This was dollar weakness for 3 days, and it just took advantage of it and went to the moon. And I'm expecting this now to resume as the dollar gets strong to the downside. So we're in a perfect spot to enter this, but we're in an inactive zone, and I don't know what London Open's going to bring. So I'm going to wait for that 2 hours before London Open, get in there and see what we can do. I want to enter this at 68.26. We'll get out at 67.46. This is a nice 65 pip trade here, folks. If this works, and this can work. You got profit taking this big. If you take a look at left of the chart, this big up move here, this is just moving to the upside, right? Do you think all these people are saying, hey, listen, we're coming up to the weekend, it's Friday, I'm going to get out of this, right? So all that profit taking, well, they've had buys in here, right? So what do they need to do to get out of it? They need to sell. So this is a good chance it's going to work for us in 2 separate areas. One, the dollar's getting stronger. 2, people are going to take profits today. And just be aware of that. And the big guys are going to be position squaring. So just keep that in mind as you go through your trading day. Well, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I Thank you for being with me on a Friday. Remember, after Friday's close of the New York stock market on Wall Street, I will have the Friday wrap-up. That's where we go over about 16 daily charts and we look at price action for the week ahead. Traders, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great weekend, and always remember, trade smart and not hard. Take care now. See you next time. Bye-bye.